Welcome into another edition of SE Checks In, presented by First Texoma National Bank. Got a very, very special guest with us today, a current Southeastern football player, Jalen Freeman. How are you?
I'm very blessed, Seth. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking time, sitting down, talking to us today. Jalen has been here since 2017. He's played 2 seasons for us, appeared in 10 games in 2018, started every single game in 2019, all academic, Great American Conference selection from Cedar Hill, Texas. Plays almost everything other than he probably could play D-line if you put him down there on defense. So he gets it done on the field and in the classroom as well. Being able to take care of business in the classroom is part of it. So as I said, Cedar Hill, Texas, just a laundry list of great players we've had come through from Cedar Hill. So that pipeline is there. Nickname's Jay Free. So if you hear me call him Jay Free, that's what he goes by. So we'll just kind of start there. What was it like growing up Cedar Hill, playing football there?
Man, in Cedar Hill, football is king. Really anywhere in Texas, but in Cedar Hill, it's a 6A powerhouse. So it's king. It takes precedence over. It trumps everything in town. Everybody comes to see the lights, and even growing up as a kid, you just grow up wondering what you would look like on the field, getting to play with your friends, the same guys you play with down the street. So it's a great experience. Mostly because it's a big powerhouse school. It gets a lot of attention.
Yeah. If I could be a fly on the wall in the locker room again, because I guarantee you some of your teammates that didn't go to Cedar Hill are going to start an argument on that of who's better. So I like that plug right there. I know what you were doing right there. So we'll kind of start there. Why Southeastern?
Well, for me, I had a few offers out of high school. So what drew me to Southeastern was the family atmosphere. Whenever I came to my visit, it was, I was meeting the coaches, got to see the campus. And then after that, for the most part, I got to see a practice. That was the deciding factor for me, getting to see them practice and get to see the competition and the fire. And it reminded me of a higher level or an upgrade of my school. Mm-hmm. Like because they were grown men competing and getting after each other every play. And for me personally, it was the passion for me. It was the passion in the family atmosphere.
So you've been here a couple years, since 2017. Obviously, this fall didn't have a season. Got a lot of practice in and all that. We'll just kind of rewind and go back to last spring, about this time or a little earlier when everybody got sent home and you guys didn't get to have a spring ball. What was that like for you?
Well, at first, me and a couple of my friends, KB, Mike, and Chill, a couple of the DBs, we were all rooming together in the dorms, and we were having a celebratory dinner. We drove down to Denison and got some food, came back down, and when we got the news, we were happy at first because we thought, okay, well, we just don't have school. But then as we soon got to realize that would mean no football too. Yeah. That's when our emotions start going downhill. And really just asking my brothers, they were just like, for them, they were hurt. I was hurt too, because every opportunity we have to play with each other is a blessing, especially the DBs, man. We take that especially seriously.
And it goes quick, that's for sure. So,
definitely.
We'll kind of fast forward, we get through the spring, in the summer, and then we get to come back and start working out again. And you got to walk in and see a brand new weight room.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like, seeing that for the first time?
It's like giving the baby candy. It was exciting. It's big and it's bright, and got the new turf room. Everything is air conditioned, and it's a big upgrade from what I've come to know whenever I came my first time.
I tell people the new freshmen coming in and the new transfers, you kind of want them to go through a workout in the old weight room just to know what they've got. Because you know what I'm saying? Because you've been in there and it's humid in there and it's hot and you get some work done in there. That's for sure.
Yes.
But it's I wish we could give people a tour, and we're going to do it before and after to show people where we were working out to now what we got, and it's definitely a game changer for us. So you get through that, you come through fall camp, and obviously we don't practice or we don't play in the fall, so we kind of had a unique situation where it was our spring football in the fall. How did that help you being out for so long as a player, and how do you think that helped the team?
Man, it just instilled in a greater hunger for me and my team, for sure. Man, every opportunity we get out there, I'm telling you, every time we get to practice, we're always competing. Especially me and my position group, the DB group, we're always fighting for picks and see who has the most picks after practice and stuff like that. So man, I think that just instilled more hunger into us, and we also got to develop our teammate chemistry and our coaches' chemistry, getting to know our coaches better, because this was our second year with them. So I think it was a great assistance for us to grow as a team.
Well, in the first year, everything happens so fast. You only get a certain amount of days, and then next thing you know, it's September and we're playing, and new D coordinator, new coaches. It's I talked to Coach Fenwick, and he said we're not speaking a different language to him anymore, and that kind of hit home with me. I was like, you're right. I mean, football's football, but football is taught and spoken differently from every single person. So he felt like everybody learned the new language and the new system, and we're all on the same page. And so we had some extended practices, which for me personally, I enjoyed going out there and just watching practice. You know what I'm saying? It was nice to go out there and watch practice. And I talked to the coaching staff, and I'm going to ask you this. He said that he didn't really feel like there was very many wasted reps or wasted days from the returners, because you guys didn't get to have a season this year. You didn't get to have a spring ball. So, what are your thoughts on that?
And it was for us, it was just being able to compete, and for us to have these extra days. We weren't where we wanted to be last season. So now we get these extra days in, and we get to feel each other out, and we get to go through all these growing pains in what is a double off season, and it's not. I think it's going to help us for sure in this next season.
I would agree. So we get through the fall, come back in the spring, and really, work out, get back tuned up, not back in shape, because you probably don't ever get out of shape.
Nah.
Just get tuned up, and then we actually start a extended spring football, and a little unique this year. We actually had 3, I call them crossover practices, scrimmage-like atmospheres. What was that like, being able to step out on the field and play in those?
Man, those game-like scrimmages those were what we practiced for all spring, all day, every day, all the hard work, man. And we already knew we only had at least 2 games, but we ended up getting a third, which was Emporia. Man, they were really morale boosters for our team, I feel like, because the way we performed was very different from the way we performed during the season. And we got to play some teams, some names we didn't know, some coaches we didn't know, some schemes we didn't get to see yet. And I think that's also helped us grow and develop, for sure.
What was it like going on the road again, getting on the bus, going through that game day atmosphere, getting up, team meal, taping, not just getting ready for practice, but getting ready for all purposes a game, because you're going up against other people that you don't know about. What was that like, to be able to do that again? Man,
that was very exciting for us. For me personally, I get to, whenever I'm going through the whole process of traveling and eating and spending the night, for me personally, it helps me lock in. Like I knew exactly what I wanted to do and I wanted to accomplish. And whenever we have the full game itinerary, man, I felt our whole team lock in like it was an actual game and not like it was practice.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like the joking around, it was more of the focus and we were locked in.
So kind of get through those, had 2 on the road, 1 at home. Seems like there's quite a few people that showed up to the 1 at home as well. You guys are finishing up spring football right now. Finals week's coming. What's your plan after finals week? Summer plans? What you got going on?
Well, I plan to go back home and visit with my family for a bit. Take a couple weeks off. Maybe not a couple weeks. Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 weeks off. But take a couple weeks off and just visit with my family. Get to spend the time that I didn't get to while out here in the spring, because over here, we have the COVID protocols and we have different things. So I didn't want to test positive at all and miss any practices, any games. So for me personally, I'll get to go and see my family and get to enjoy their company at first, and then after that, it's back to work.
Yeah, I have a feeling you'll be back up here leading the charge.
Yes, sir.
For the fall. So you kind of hit something as well. With COVID and all that, how's that affected you? You mentioned you didn't want to get it, so you as a student athlete, put our protocols and took those seriously because you didn't want to get it, because you didn't want to get any time away from football because you probably had enough last spring. What was it like for you, with the COVID protocols, and how did that affect you?
Man, it's tough, the wearing the mask in the weight room, wearing the mask basically any and everywhere we went. At one point, we even had the mask on our helmets. Yep. And it's just, tough breathing. Tough, it feels like there's constant pressure on you.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like you're constantly pressured. So, but for me personally, it's been a lot of red tape for me, because what I'm doing right now is I'm doing an internship where I have to observe my hours for my teaching certification.
Yep.
So I have to go to the school and do a lot of different COVID protocols. I had to go through a lot of COVID protocols to even be able to apply to observe at school. And each and every day there's more and more red tape. It can get frustrating for sure. I tell you that I get frustrated a lot, but the fact that I get to actually still play is a blessing. I look at that as a blessing, and my parents make sure they instilling that into me as well.
I'm sure. So we'll kind of start there as well. Academically, what's your major? What do you want to do when you get done playing football?
Well, it's my major is health and physical education. Right now, I believe a few hours shy. After this semester, I'll be a few hours shy of graduating, so I should graduate in the winter next semester. But for the most part, my family just has been helping me for sure, helping me get through this, because I'm, like I said, for me, I can still be a little kid at times and get frustrated, and it's always good to have that foundation to bring me back.
So what's a day like for you, waking up, going to bed? What's your schedule look like as a student athlete and a football player at Southeastern?
Oh, that's a good question. On Mondays, for the most part, all right, so Mondays I wake up at around 7:30 and I get dressed so I can I observe some hours. So I observe around from 8 in the morning to like classes around 12, because that's when the students begin to go back home. And then after that, for the most part, we have a 1 o'clock meeting, and then we lift at 2, which is right after the meeting. Then as soon as we get done with that lift, we go straight to another meeting, a special teams meeting at 3:15. Then as soon as you get done with that, we got about 30 minutes to get dressed. Depending on how long the special team meeting lasts, of course, but we have a certain amount of time to get dressed, and then we have to get out there and practice again. And then after practice, that's when we eat and chill, and I get to chill with my roommates, my other DBs, and we usually watch film together around 8.
Mm-hmm.
We usually watch film around 8 because practice ends around 6. So we usually get off the field around 6:45, I would say, because we always get some extra catches in. We're trying to create these turnovers this year.
Yeah. So get through the day. That's your schedule and all that. What's your experience like, or what's your experience been like as a football player at Southeastern, and what does Southeastern right now mean to you?
Man, Southeastern right now means to me is it's another opportunity. Like you asked me before. Right now, this is the stepping stone I need to get to where I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I take this opportunity to heart, and I take it very seriously. And man, like I said, like I keep saying, man, I really believe it's a blessing to be here. I really believe it's a blessing to be here because now I'm surrounded by people I like, people I know, and after this, I'll be able to have a pro day, and then after I finish the NFL, after that, I'm gonna go into my career as coaching.
Yeah.
So I think this right now is also networking. So I'm getting to know different coaches and different schemes and different players, and in the future, I feel like I'll be able to network greatly whenever I get to be a coach, and I'm really thankful for Southeastern for that.
Call that honing in on your craft. That's for sure. So
yes, sir.
So I ask a lot of football players this. I saw a tweet earlier in the fall, you might remember, of a certain D lineman talk about how he has the best hands on the team.
Boys, can't catch a cold.
Then I see something, they run a special play in practice and or something to test his hands, and did he drop a touchdown pass?
Yes, and we actually just did what's called a big man challenge. We did it's where after practice everybody gathers around the circle, and we send our punters and our O linemen versus our D linemen, and we see who can basically catch the punt, track it, and catch it. And he was a part of the group of the D linemen that went up to catch the ball. And he had it. I wish I could just pull up the video right now, but he dove, he laid out for it, and the ball hit him in the chest, and he just let it go. I don't know what happened. I think Marsh got hands like feet.
That's not good. You talking about you want to create turnovers.
Man, hey, he's a strip sack though. He's good for a sack.
I'll give him that. So who on the defensive line has the best hands?
D-line best hands. I'm going to go Kavion Curry. He's one of our younger guys. I'll go KC just because he's a converted linebacker, and I remember him catching a couple picks at practice.
All right. What about offense?
But on the defense, it's got to be me.
Yeah. Well, I knew that. That's why I wasn't going to ask,
Yeah.
So talk about now, what it's been like, got a year under your belt with a new system, new staff, offensively as well. What's it been like going up against Hatley and all those guys?
Man, they're good. All of them. They're all good. Man, it's especially our starters are good, man. Braxton works me every day, and we run so much man that I don't feel pressure whenever we went up against those scrimmages and I'm running these coverages, man. I'm like, man, my receivers are better than these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like my receivers are better than this. My quarterback is putting it in this spot. So whenever I wasn't feeling pretty much I didn't feel any pressure whenever I was guarding other receivers, because I feel like our receivers are really good and they give us extra work, and they make contested catches a lot. So they definitely work us. I'm happy I get to practice against an offense like this every day, and it's air raids, and I'm a DB, so they trying to attack me every play almost.
Yeah. Do you let them know though when they, you let them know about that?
Oh, every play. Yeah, you can probably hear me on the field every play.
I mean, I was a trash talker, so trust me, I love it. So,
Yeah, that's me. That's my identity.
so you got your Zoom background in there. Talk to me about this background and what you got going on back there.
This was ECU right here. Okay, this is me right here. All right, number 8. This is me right here.
I figured that was you.
This is pregame going into ECU. This was just locking in right now, getting in the zone, getting in the mode. And right, who is this? Oh man, we got some dogs right here too. I wish I could see the camera. I'm sorry, the camera right here.
You're good.
Oh, we got Pump right here. He a dog. Got Cam Tate. He a dog. And then right here, you can't see this dude look like Will Ferrell. His name's Swope though. We call him AK-47. He's a dog too. Man, this is just a picture of us, me and my dogs just getting ready to go to war.
Yeah. Well, I certainly can't wait for football season. I'm so excited for it. We got to get through finals week, pass all your classes, and all that. What else is there? What else you want to say that I didn't cover?
Let me think. I feel like you did pretty well. You did pretty well. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you something.
All right, let's go.
What was your experience like? I know you're an alumni, right? What was your experience?
Southeastern, to me, it's hard for me to put it in words because this place gave so much to me before I even knew about it. And I say that, my dad is an alum. My dad played ball here, and so got his business degree from here. Self-employed for 30 years, you know what I'm saying? And as a dog, coming to Southeastern, never once did I feel like I was following in his footsteps. I was cutting my own trail. But this is the place when I graduated with my undergrad and in my master's, I didn't want to leave. I didn't. I loved it. It's home to me. I'm from a big city, and I love living in Durant, and I hated having to leave. But it was good for me to leave because I was young and I needed to go other places and grow. And, when I got called about coming back here, I said yes before I knew the details because, this place and being at football games, being at volleyball, being at every game, baseball, softball, basketball, and seeing you young leaders compete and get after it. That's why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? And so Southeastern to me is more than just home and family. It's a lifestyle for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's my lifestyle. People ask me all the time, oh, well, what are your favorite teams? And I always say Southeastern Oklahoma State University. Like, no, I'm like, no, Southeastern. Even when I was working at other schools, every week I checked and saw how football, basketball, every sport was doing because, this place did so much for me before I even knew about it. And then now to be able to be back and to be able to give back to this place and give you all the best environment to be successful, man, I couldn't ask for a better job. You know what I'm saying? And I get to talk. I get to sit and talk to you about Southeastern. That's easy for me to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And it shows. And it shows. It really shows. As soon as you step foot on campus, that's when things started to change too. And we all know who you are, man. We really appreciate you too because man, you're at every sporting event. You're in the hallways talking to us. You're in the weight room talking to us. Man, your face is known, and we know that whenever you set foot up here is when things start really getting done as far as the new changes.
There we did some good things, but there was a lot of planning before I got here, and so there's a lot of stuff I won't take credit for at all, but. If it involves promoting you all, yes, I will 1000% do it because you all deserve that. People in this community, and we'll get there in a second, people in this Texoma community, they need to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You deserve that and they deserve that. And the people that are behind you in that picture deserve that. And all 355 of our student athletes deserve that. And so I take that personal, that I need to go do that because there's no bigger thing in Durant going on a Saturday when it's football and volleyball, basketball, whatever it is season. And so that's the hardest part for, if we'll be frank, that's the hardest part for me right now in COVID is I can't go out and promote you all, to get people to come see you all. Cause we have talented kids on our campus across the board. And, and it's a battle that I love to go after because I love talking about Southeastern athletics and getting people there. And I tell people all the time, if you go once, you'll go again, because you will have an incredible time and you're going to see some great student athletes compete.
Yes, sir.
So, upcoming football season, what are you most excited for?
Man, I'm just excited to see these teams again and get to get my name in people's mouths and get to buzz and get everything buzzing. I'm ready to show that we aren't the same team from whenever we played last. You know what I'm saying? I'm really excited to show people what we've been working on.
I am too. I'm excited. What do you got to say to the fans, the people that are going to watch this that are hungry for some Southeastern athletics?
Man, just come out, support us, and we just know we're ready to put on the show, especially in this. Yeah, we're ready to put on the show. That's all I can say.
I'm with you. Well, I appreciate you taking time sitting down with me and taking time out of your evening. I know in your busy schedule that you said, this is important. I also appreciate you asking me a question. You're the first person that's asked me a question like that, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you was. You're ready.
So, well, Jay Free, I appreciate it. What else? Anything else? Want to say hi to anybody? Floor is yours.
Man, I just want to thank Southeastern, my coaches, and everybody for giving me the opportunity, especially my teammates, making me better every day and every practice. And this, as a matter of fact, I believe tomorrow we're gonna have what's like a scrimmage day. It's our final practice. So I know it's gonna be a lot of team, and from what I hear, we're gonna be having some live reps. So we should be like a scrimmage like atmosphere. So I'm excited for this last day and I'm excited for our last day to finally come into fruition, and we get to actually see everything put together in this scrimmage. So,
well, I'm glad I know that because I'm definitely going to make my way out there. Just because
I already know you, I'm gonna see you.
I know.
I already know.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you taking time. Storm fans,
Man,
in the fall, come see us.
Yes, sir.
CJ Free in town. Make sure you say hello. And I appreciate you taking time sitting down with us. Take care. Go Storm.
Go Storm.